Keep your eyes open. The tendency is when we lay down on our back to close our eyes. Keep your eyes open. We're working on the intersection of two loops, kidney loop and pelvic loop. And first, we've just got to embody them in our own being. And we'll do that through breath and visualization. Beginning at the back waist, like if you were wearing really high-waisted pants that came up to your belly button area, that's the back waist. Exhale down the back waist to your tail. Inhale up from your pubic bone to your belly button. Let's do that again. Exhale down your back waist to your tail. Move across your pelvic floor, come up with an inhale to your belly button. Keep that going 2 more times. Try to visualize that loop, energetically recognize the loop and connect it with the breath. Eyes open. Soft gaze. Okay, that's pelvic loop. Let's work on the loop of kidney loop, breathing with it, feeling it in our body. So we'll start around the bra line in our body, right at the back. So if you had a bra on, right from the back body, so we call that the bottom of the heart, which is the top of the respiratory diaphragm, right in between that space. Moving through the body, and on your next exhale, exhale from the front of the ribs down to your belly button. That'll lower the ribs to the earth, lower the ribs into the back body. We actually call that like tucking the ribs in, right? And that happens with an exhale. As you take an inhale, you're piercing through the body, right at the belly button area, and coming out through the back body. And then inhale up from the high waistband to your bra line. Go through your body, exhale down the front from just beneath your chest to your belly button. Move through your body, come out at the back waist, high waistband. Inhale up the back waist to around your bra line, the bottom of your heart. 2 more times, so you're just trying to get the inhales and exhales going, right, on kidney loop. All right, we're going to put the 2 of those together. They make a figure 8. We're going to always start at the back waist and go down to the tail. That's the exhale. Go across the pelvic floor, inhale up pubic bone to belly button. Pierce through the body, continue the inhale up to your bra line. You're in the back body. Pierce through your body, transverse across the bottom of your heart. Exhale down the front of the ribs to the belly button. Move through your body and then continue the exhale down from your high waistband to your tail. Move across your pelvic floor. Inhale up pubis to navel. Move through your body. Continue the inhale up from your high waist to your bra. Move through your body. Exhale down from the bottom of your heart to your belly button. Move through your body. Continue the exhale down the back high waistband to your tail. Keep it going. Couple more cycles. Place one hand in your front body, right at the bottom of your heart and the top of your respiratory diaphragm. Place the other hand on your navel. There's new meaning here. Offering gratitude for this recognition. Recognizing ourselves is sacred. Release your hands. And now on an in-breath, raise your arms up and over your head. Exhale your arms down by your side. Now, if you are one of those amazing multitaskers, you've got an inhale when the arms are going over the head and an exhale when the arms are coming down by your side. You have this chance to like have those loops going on in your mind's eye because the arm raise is super easy, right? I mean, that's just a lift and a lower. But if you inhale to raise your arms, can you run the in breath, right, of the loop? And when you lower your arms, that's the exhale. Can you run the exhale of the loop? Let's see if you can hold two thoughts at the same time. Two connections. It's actually three because, right, it's an arm lift lower, it's some loops, and it's breath. Try one more time. Okay, arms down by your side. Stretch your right leg out long, draw your left knee to your chest. Breathe. Place your left foot on the floor, draw your right knee to your chest, stretch your left leg out. Really hug in the right knee. Place both feet flat on the ground. Stretch your arms over your head. Grab onto your left wrist with your right hand. Tip your torso to the right. In breath to center. Grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. Tip your torso to the left. In breath, return to center. Exhale, release your arms down. Take both knees, drop them to the right. Turn your head and look left. You've been with us a few weeks. You could be breathing the loops right now. If the loops are brand new, it's cool. Just like go into the twist, right? And breathe. In breath to center. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. While you're here in the twist, you could run one cycle of the loops with a breath cycle. Down the back, up the front, through the belly, up the back, down the front. In breath, return to center. Raise both legs up to tabletop. All right, squeeze your legs together. Bring your hands to your thigh bones. So this would be like classic core work in yoga, but we consider kidney loop and pelvic loop, really activating the core as well. So before we start pushing hands and legs into each other, relax your shoulders, keep your eyes open, and then give a slight push now of your hands into your thigh bones and your thigh bones press back. You will feel your belly turn on, right? And this is happening because of a loop below pelvic loop. This is happening because of thigh loop. Oh. All right, put your feet on the floor, take a break. So what if we changed, like we still had thigh loop involved in that to give us our core, but what if we first started with kidney loop and pelvic loop? All right, so let's just approach it a different way. Raise both legs up, put your hands on your legs, don't push yet. Breathe, use an exhale down from the back waist to the tail. In breath, up from the pubic bone to the navel. Go through your body. Continue the exhale down from the bottom of the heart. Continue the inhale up from the back waist to the bottom of the heart. Exhale down the front of the ribs to the belly button. If I can cue it, you can do it, right? So we're still not pushing against the legs yet, and I'm already shaking. Don't push against your legs yet. You're just holding tabletop, holding your hands. Breathe, try to get the loops going. So I'll begin another cue round again in case you're like, what? From the belly button, move through to the back body. The exhale goes down the back waist to the tail. Inhale up pubis to navel. Continue the inhale up from back waist to bottom of the heart. Move through the body. The exhale goes down the front of the ribs to the belly button. Continue the exhale through the body down to the tail. Up the front on the inhale to the belly button. Continue the inhale up from the back waist to the bottom of the heart. Move through the body, start it, the exhale down the front of the ribs, move through to down to the tail. Push your hands against your legs, keep the loops going. I'm dying, you guys. I can't do much more. Breathe, and as you exhale, release your feet to the floor. Did you get like 40 more times core engagement? Like I got like triple thumbs up for me. Like if I had extra hands, like all the hands beyond these two would have thumbs up. All right, raise your right leg up in the air. Take your yoga strap, put your strap around the bottom of your right foot, stretch your right leg long. Yeah, so that was like a lot of cogs in the wheel spinning and gave us tremendous connection to center. So hamstring stretch on the right leg. Bend your right knee first, and let's get that thigh loop by just pressing your thigh bone back towards your hamstring. And now breathe the loops of kidney loop and pelvic loop while you're here in this hamstring stretch. Relax your shoulders to the mat, rest your triceps to the mat. Loosen the grip with your fingers. All right, both straps into your right hand. Open your right leg to the right. Let's open the left leg to the left. So you're going to roll to the pinky toe edge of your left foot. Spread your toes out on both feet. Yeah, so you got a bent knee still on the left leg, a long leg on the right leg. And guess what center's doing? I know you're going to say it, running the loops. I'm breathing those loops. I'm at least thinking about the loops. Then if all you can think about is the first loop, which is pelvic loop, right? Down the back waist, up the pelvic floor to the belly button, great. But if you can add in kidney loop, man, from the belly button area up to the bottom of the heart and the back body, that's amazing. That just really creates some separation and big engagement. And then, of course, as you know, the exhale of kidney loop moves down the front of the ribs and into the belly button area, tucking the ribs in. All right, bring your right leg back to center. Let's cross the midline now with the right leg. So left hand takes hold of both straps. Take your right arm out to a T and turn your right palm open. Move your right leg across the midline, and let's again move the left leg. So left leg is going to cross the midline too. We got a crisscross shape in both legs. Try to keep your right side of your pelvis down. So this is stuff you guys all know. You do really well. However, you're adding in like more advanced work now. You're adding in work from center. So kick it on. Where does the exhale begin? Down the back waist to the tail. The inhale begins as you traverse across the pelvic floor up to your belly button. The inhale continues as you move through your body, up from your high waistband to the bottom of your heart. I'm hoping you feel expansion, just that much of those two loops. Move through your body, use an exhale, right? The rest of kidney loop is down the front of the ribs to the belly button. Then the exhale continues as you move through your body down to your tail. Just keep it going. One more breath cycle. So the word breath cycle has a whole new meaning now. It's not just breathe, it's breathe with these loops. All right, bring your right leg back to center. Bend your right knee, step out, stretch your right leg out, stretch your left leg out, rest your arms down by your side, just feel. Okay, so let's go to the other side. So right knee bends, left knee bends. Let's put the left foot in the strap. We're starting with just a hamstring stretch on the left leg. Right knee stays bent. Rest your arms from elbow to shoulder on the ground. Keep breathing. Spread out your toes. Now, everybody, let's bend the left knee to start. And so we are going to kick in thigh loop here. And you guys know this one, pretty easy one. We move the head of the thigh bone back to the hamstring, right? And that's how we lengthen the leg. Move the head of the thigh bone way up where it meets the pelvis, back towards the hamstring to lengthen your leg. That will give you an amazing hamstring stretch if you move through the bones. All right, so here we go. Adding on our loops with breath now, the loops of center. We're starting at the back waist, down to the tail, across the pelvic floor, up to the belly. Move through the belly, high waist up to bra line in the back body is an in-breath. Move through the body. The exhale comes down the front of the ribs into the belly button. The exhale continues the back body from the back waist to the tail. In-breath up from pubis to navel. In-breath continues up from back waist to bottom of the heart in the back body. One more breath cycle. Come on, ride them. As you're doing it, you should feel center opening in the back, closing in the front. Can you feel it? Can you feel the back of you expanding, the front of you closing? But not in an aggressive way, right? Not in a grippy way, just like with each breath. Okay, both straps to the left hand now. Right arm out to a T, right palm open. Open your left leg to the left. So you know this, right? This is part of the Padangusthasana series. Roll to the pinky toe edge of your right foot. So now your right knee is also abducted away from the midline. All right, you got the shape. You know how to hold the shape and breathe. Add in the next layer of your understanding. Run the loops. Three more breath cycles, running the loops. I'll cue it once. You don't have to be with me. The cueing is just a reminder in case like you got distracted and you got confused, right? That's normal. That's why we practice. That's why we layer and layer and layer to work on the concentration. That's one of the limbs of yoga, is your ability to find a point of focus and stay with it. So just cueing you once through it. The exhale, whenever you're ready, it's an exhale. Down the back waist to the tail, up from pubis to navel. Move through the body. The inhale continues up from the back waist to the back of the heart. The exhale comes down the front of the ribs to the belly button. The exhale continues through the body, down the buttock area to the tail. Inhale begins across the pelvic floor, pubis to navel. Inhale continues up through the back body to the back of the heart. One more cycle on your own. All right, let's roll to the bottom of our right foot. So our right knee is to the sky. Bring your left leg to center. Switch hands on the strap. So now you're holding the yoga strap with the right hand. Bring your left arm out to a T. Yeah, so if we're spending all this time opening the legs, right, it means I'm just counting on these legs to really work as we go further into class. Breathe. You know what breathe means, don't you? 2 more breath cycles. Run those loops. All right, come on back to center with your left leg. Bend your left knee, step out. Draw both knees into your chest. Pick a side to roll to and come on up. Okay, as you're coming up, I need you to either locate a blanket or a pillow that you're going to be able to put underneath your belly for some prone work in a moment. All right, so you either need a blanket or a pillow. All right, here's a blanket or a pillow. Let's go into all fours position, hands and knees. So hands beneath shoulders, knees beneath pelvis. Breathe. You know what that means. And begin rocking your pelvis. So yeah, you're just tucking your tail, sticking your butt out, rocking your pelvis. So kidney loop and pelvic loop can happen here while we're rocking our pelvis, but they don't really rock the pelvis. That's not what they do, right? They open the back, close the front. All right, so let's really draw the tail in, drop your head, push with your hands, round your spine. So take a big cat pose. And then the complete opposite direction. Move your pelvis first, stick your butt out, widen your sitting bones, pull your heart forward, look up so you have a big cat pose. Cow pose, yeah. All right, come to neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Step your right foot back, raise your right leg up in the air, extend your left arm forward. So cross crawl pattern. All right, left hand down, right knee down. Second leg, left leg back. Left leg lifts, right arm forward. Now, with how quickly I cued you in and out of this, right hand down, left knee down, I'll bet you there were no loops. So let's take it slower. Breathe. Step your right leg back. Breathe. Come on, initiate the loops. Down the back waist to the tail. Up from pubis to navel. Continue the inhale up from bottom of the heart up to the back of the bra. Raise your right leg now. Exhale down the front of the ribs, extend the front arm. Continue the exhale down the back body from high waist to tail. And just feel, was this transition into cross crawl pattern like really stable and smooth because you had center, those loops at center engaged? Was there less weight shifting? All right, left hand down, right knee down, keep breathing. So second side, exploring the loops being initiated first before we move, right? So you're already like The loops are there. It's just whether or not you're present with them, right? Are you recognizing the sacredness of your center? Left leg steps back. So cueing the loops before we lift the leg or the arm. Use an exhale down to the tail. Use an inhale up from pubis to navel. Continue the inhale up from back waist to bottom of the heart. You should be feeling like open and strong already. Start the exhale down the front of the ribs to the belly button. So it tucks the bottom of the ribs in. Exhale continues down to the tail. The loop starts all over again. Right arm up in the air. Just notice the quality of the shift of moving arms and legs when we've already got the loops going. All right, right hand down, left knee down. Keeping your left knee down, step your right leg out into the side plane. So we're coming into like a side lunge. So right leg is stepped out sideways. Work yourself upright. Now, if kneeling on your left knee gives you any sort of, just put your pillow or your blanket underneath your left knee. Stretch your arms up big. Bring your right arm down onto your right thigh. Tip your torso to the left. In breath and come up. Both hands back to the ground, back to kneeling. Step your left leg out into the side plane. Work your torso upright. Stretch both arms up. Bring your left arm onto your left thigh, tip to the right. Inhale, rise tall, both knees down, both hands down, back to all fours. All right, can you get the loops going? We're gonna do it one more time. Can you breathe the loops? Got them? Right leg out to the side plane. Keep breathing the loops. Come upright. Arms up. Breathe the loops right here. Back waist down to tail. Pubis up to navel. That should have had an anchoring and a lift. An anchoring in the back, a lift in the front. Good. Moving through the belly button, the inhale continues up the back of the heart. Exhales down the front of the ribs. Should have an opening in the back, a closing in the front. Right arm to right thigh. Breathe. See if you can find the loops here. In breath, rise. Exhale, release your arms. Both knees down, hands back to the mat, back to fours. Yeah. It's practicing gardening, getting up and down from the ground. All right, right knee down, left leg out into the side plane. Before you come up into your kneeling pose, let's activate the loops right here in this kind of half all fours, half lunge position. All right, so back waist down to the tail. Inhale up to your belly button. Continue the inhale up to your back of your bra line. Exhale down the front of the ribs into the belly button. When you're ready, rise tall. In breath, raise your arms. Let's get the loops going again. So you're just in like a half lunge, half kneeling position, pressing the pelvis forward. Use an exhale. Yeah, down to the tail. In breath, up to the belly button. Continue the inhale up to the bra line. Exhale down the front of the ribs. That should give you a slight bow, right? Like a humble bow, like recognizing the sacred that's within you. Left arm to left thigh. Keep the loops going. One more breath cycle. Try to stay with the loops. In breath and rise tall. Back to kneeling, back to fours. Work your hands a handprint forward. Tuck your toes. Push with your hands and feet up and back into downward facing dog. Breathe. All right, keep your knees bent. Claw with your hands, push with your feet. So your hands and feet are committed. We're working center, so activate your legs. You guys know all the cues for the legs. Yeah. Now draw down through your tail. Back waist to tail. Pull up pubis to navel. Go in through the belly button. Pierce out the back of the high waist. Come up with an inhale to the bra line. Your dog should be opening up and shoring up. Exhale down the front of the ribs. Continue the exhale down from back waist to tail. Press your thigh bones back to lengthen your legs. Take the fullness of the pose and breathe. Fullest pose. Greatest expression you can offer is through breath. 2 more breath cycles. Walk forward. Bring your hands onto your pelvis, so you're in a standing forward fold. Reach forward with your heart and rise all the way up to standing. All right, let's take a wide stance on the mat. All that work to connect to center, because we're really, to be honest, we're disconnected from it. I know I am. And then we have all these like false things that we do to layer on top that are just in the way. So good job staying connected to the work. It's slow and it's detailed. All right, so in a wide stance, right foot is the back foot. I may look opposite of you. We're going to turn the right foot in, turn the left foot all the way open. Left foot's going to be our front foot to start. Reach up with your arms. All right, so when we reach up with the arms, we know that opens the space. It opens the respiratory diaphragm area, which we know is part of kidney loop, right? So we've already got space there. Use an exhale, draw down through the tail. In breath up from pubis to navel. Continue the inhale up the back waist. The arms are already helping with that. Exhale, now what's going to help is to go down the front of the ribs, right? That'll take you out of the little back bend. Come into a knee bend now. Keep breathing the loops. Open your arms out to a T. Turn your gaze, look left. So now you're in Warrior Two. Warrior Two's a piece of cake for you guys. You know how to do all the leg actions. You know to pull the feet towards each other. You know to keep the back inner thigh pumped up by rooting from right outer hip to right outer heel. You know how to scoop your buttock under on your left leg and broaden your left inner knee. The part we're working on, yeah, work it. Work today's work. Stay with it. Run those loops. Left arm to left thigh, top arm to the sky. So left arm pushing down on left thigh bone is thigh bone back. We already know that helps engage the core. You can feel it when you push with your left forearm down. You'll get a tone through the left side waist, yeah? We're after way more than that. Top arm over your head. Arm went over the head. We just got space between bottom of the heart and respiratory diaphragm. We know that's part of kidney loop. Let's go. Let's breathe it. Back waist down through the tail. Pubis to navel, draw up. These are, you actually are drawing up, like muscles engaging to make that happen. Move through the belly button. Draw up on an in-breath from back waist to bottom of the heart. You'll feel yourself kind of bow forward when you do that. You'll come out of any form of back bending that you're trying to do to hold this pose. Continue now with an exhale down the front of the ribs. It tucks in the bottom of the ribs into the belly button area. Again, that'll take you into this bow. Move through your belly button to the back body, down the back waist to the tail. One more breath cycle. You're still here. Just go for the floor. Go down, grab the floor. Lengthen your front leg. Triangle pose, top arm to the sky. Breathe. You know what breathe means. We're still in the work. We haven't left it. Yeah, there's a recognition that we're staying here. Breathe. You have the mental acuity, you have the mental focus. Then it's just a willingness. Kidney loop and pelvic loop are part of the will area of the body. Yeah, that's where the strength in you rises up to do things. You get the will. One more breath cycle. Bend your front knee. We're coming out how we came in. So bottom arm rests on thigh bone, left arm to left thigh bone. Push with your back foot, in breath, and come up. Heel toe your feet together for a moment. Just stand. You were there a while. Let's tread out the feet. So one heel lifts, then the other. Yep, you're just alternating heel lift. All right, finish there. Wide stance again. Second side, you know you're going to be there a while. You're strong. You got it. Breathe. Back foot's your left foot, turn your left foot in. Right foot's your front foot, turn it all the way open. Stretch your arms up. We know when we raise our arms, it does something pretty awesome. It gives us space in kidney loop, right? It helps lift the back waist. It tends to throw the ribs forward, so we've got to work on that through our breath and through the loops. Start in the back waist, down through the tail. In breath up from pubis to navel. Move through the belly button, go up from the belly button to the bottom of your heart and your back body, lift. Exhale down the front of the ribs. That's going to create a bow effect. You're going to feel your ribs tuck in like you're bowing forward. Bend your front knee, come into a knee bend, continue breathing the loops. You're in warrior two. Turn your gaze to look right. You know how to stay strong in the legs. I'll cue the legs. You keep thinking about the loops though. See if you can hold both at the same time. Keep running the loops. To help lengthen and lift the left inner thigh, root down from left outer hip to left outer heel. Scoop your right buttock underneath you and broaden your right inner knee to the wall behind you. Keep running the loops. Right arm to right thigh, top arm to the sky. Breathe. So we know when we bring in thigh loop, anytime we like press a thigh bone back, right forearm is pressing the thigh bone back, it's going to help tone center. And in this shape, you can feel, if you use your right forearm and push down, you're going to feel tone through the underside waist engagement. We're after the whole kahuna today. We're not after just like one side of this. We're after all of it. And that's these two loops that you're playing with. So let's breathe them right here. Top arm over your head. We know it's going to help to raise the arm over the head to give us space to draw the loops. Exhale down the back waist to the tail. Yep, you're going to feel length when you do that. You actually want to engage that action. Draw up on an in-breath from pubic bone to belly button. You're going to feel a lift and a tone in the belly, rising to your own heart. That's the will of you rising to your heart and do the work of your own heart, which is sacred. Moving through your belly button, yeah, up to your bra line. That's going to open the back of your heart, which is you opening to the universal, to the greater will, not just your will, right? The will of the larger. And then there's a bowing in as you begin the in-breath. As you breathe in this will, there's a bowing in that comes down from bottom of the ribs to belly button. That'll tuck the base of the ribs in. Lengthen with breath. Engage with breath. Right arm to the floor. Just go for it. Just go. Bigger shape. Go. Reach for the ground. Lengthen your front leg. Triangle pose. Take your top arm over your head. Stay with the loops. Press with your back foot. Bend your front knee, coming out the way we came in. Bring your bottom arm onto your thigh bone. Push with your back foot, in breath, and come up to warrior two. Release your arms, lengthen your legs, heel toe together. All right, you were there a while. So how does that affect back bends, right? All right, so you've got a choice here. You can use a yoga block, or you can use a chair, or you can use nothing at all right? So you get to pick. Do you want a really stable chair? Do you want a yoga block? Or nothing? All right, so I've got all the variations. If you're going to use a chair, make sure at least 2 rungs are on your mat. All right, so I'll show the first one with the chair, and then I'll show the second one with the yoga block. And know that you don't need either of them. Nice wide stance, but because you're practicing these loops, it might be nice to have more stability. Turn your right foot in, turn your left foot open. Stretch your arms up to the sky. If you have a yoga block, if you're choosing the yoga block would be in your left hand in this moment, because we're going to go into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Arms out to a T, Trikonasana, triangle pose. You can reach for the chair or place the yoga block on the ground. Bend your front knee, weight shift into your front leg. Breathe. What's going to bring your back leg up are the loops, right? That's what's going to hold your leg easily in the air. So start breathing those 2 loops and raise your back leg up. Top arm up. Yeah, so half moon pose. Breathe. Top hand to pelvis, bend your knee, touch down, in breath, and come up. All right, turn your feet parallel. You can either move your chair to the other side, turn around. Yoga block is now in the right hand. Chair is to the right of you. Nice wide stance. Stretch up big. I'm using a yoga block this time. Turn your left foot in, turn your right foot all the way open. Arms out to a T, bend your front knee, place the yoga block. Weight shift into your front foot, raise your back leg up. So Ardha Chandrasana, top arm up. Breathe the loops. It's what gets the leg up and what helps you balance. All right, front knee bends, back leg touches down, in breath and comes up. All right, heel toe together. All right, if you have a bunch of props, scooch them off for just a moment. And let's put our blanket or pillow at the center of our mat. All right. We're going to come down onto it. Take a big breath up. Exhale, have a seat chair pose. Fold forward to Uttanasana. Step back to plank. Breathe. Bring your frontal hip bones onto your blanket. So the frontal hip bones are on the back edge of the blanket. So the back edge of the blanket is the edge of the blanket closest to your toes. You'll know that you got the right spot because if you lift your arms up and go into Shalambhasana, yeah, it's easy to hold up. If you find yourself like collapsing to the floor, you have to move backwards so that your frontal hip bones are on the back edge of the blanket. And what's interesting is, that's kind of like the bisection between pelvic loop and kidney loop, right? That's the part that's on the blanket, right on the edge. Okay, so keep your left forearm down, bend your right knee, got a quad stretch. Reach back with your right hand and grab your foot. Bend your right elbow, piece of cake, right? I know, maybe not, because quads tend to be tight. Spread your toes and push your right foot back and resist with your hand. Now, I would just say draw your tail down, but that's a ripoff at this point because the drawing down happens from the back waist. So use an exhale from the back high waistband down to the tail and draw your tail down. And notice the difference in that. Move up from pubis to navel and pull your belly up. Continue through the back body. Now lengthen with an in-breath from the back high waist to the bottom of your heart. Use an exhale. Oh, this is the big one. Down the front and tuck the ribs in. Changes the whole pose. Okay, and then release. Good quad stretch. You ready for the other side? Right forearm down, left knee bends. Reach back with your left hand, hold your left foot, bend your left elbow. Okay, keep your right leg stretched out, pressing down. All the cues for the right leg, right? Right inner thigh to the sky. Perfect. Okay, left elbow bent, left head of the arm bone moving back. I could just say here, draw your tail down. Just try that. Just do that and see what happens, right? When I do that, I don't get as much. But if I go, okay, from back waist to tail draw down, I get a lift. Did you guys get the lift? From back waist to tail draw down, that lift happened because of the front body response. In breath up, pubis to navel. Here's the next big one. Back high waist to bottom of the heart, lengthen on an in breath. Next huge one. There's an exhale down the front of the ribs to the belly button, which actually tucks the ribs in. Breathe. Okay, and then release. All right, push up to fours. Move your blanket out, unless you need it to kneel. Hands and knees. Breathe your loops. Remember, the loops are going to keep you steady. right? They're this connection to center, this connection to like the sacred will that's yours and the sacred will that's much bigger than you. That's maybe animating you, I don't know, right? Push with your hands, push with your left knee, breathe your loops. Right leg steps back. Lift your right leg up in the air. Bend your right knee. So you're like, you know, getting ready for a hamstring stretch on the right leg. Breathe your loops. Keep weight bearing in your right hand. If you stay with your loops, there won't be a wobble or a shake to lift the left hand up. Just pick the left hand up and take like a Shavasana arm. Just left arm reaching back. It doesn't have to get the foot yet. It's just reaching back because we're playing with the loops. We're playing with center. Raise your right knee more. Bend your right knee more. So now your foot is coming closer to your hand. Don't wobble, just breathe. Don't try to get it. Get closer, grab it. Good, quad stretch. Breathe. Breathe the loops. Extend the right leg, extend your left arm. Right knee down, left hand down. How'd you do? Looks good. You ready? Second side. You know where you're going. Breathe. Left leg, just step it back. We're not going to pick it up yet. We're getting there, but let's get those loops, all right? It's a whole other shape. When you're ready, when you've got those loops in your mind's eye, you're breathing with them, you'll feel the effect of them, right? You know you're there because you're like, oh, I feel that effect. Left leg up in the air. Keep breathing the loops. Left knee bends. Yeah. You keep breathing the loops, it's easy to pick the right arm up and just bring it up into like a Shavasana arm. Don't go for the foot yet. Just hold this shape. Breathe. Bend the left knee more. Pick the left knee up more. Reach with your right hand for your left foot. Yeah, hold it if you can. Breathe. More important that we're breathing the loops here. One more breath cycle. Extend out through the left leg, right arm. Right hand to the mat, left knee down. Down dog. One hand print forward, tuck your toes. Push with your hands and feet. Keep your knees bent at first so it moves your thigh bones back. Breathe your loops. By moving thigh bones back, lengthen your legs. Take your full expression of downward facing dog. Walk forward, come to standing forward fold. Bring your hands to your pelvis. Rise tall. All right, you have your choice again, chair or yoga block or nothing. We're doing Chopasana, Ardha Chandrasana Chopasana, which is the back bend of, it's also called candy cane pose. It's the back bend of half moon, right? So take a wide stance. Right foot will be our back foot. Turn your right foot in, turn your left foot open, yoga block into the left hand. I know I probably look opposite of you. Stay with the right left cues. Bend your front knee, put your yoga block on the ground. Work your yoga block 1.5 feet off the diagonal of your left baby toe. Work it out there. Hop your right foot in. Now, don't go anywhere yet. Get the loops. Once you've got a couple breath cycles of the loops, raise your right leg in the air. So it's going to be easier to work on these loops if you are using a chair instead of a yoga block or a countertop. Right? You could be laying your torso across a countertop and raising your right leg in the air. You're in your house, man. You could be doing this on the back of the couch if your couch is really stable. And that way you can focus on the loops and not like have this craziness of balance affecting you. All right, we're just going to bend the top knee. Move the top knee back in alignment with your pelvis. Yeah. Top arm up to the sky. It's going to make an arm circle into the back plane. Just have a Shalambhasana arm. So hand is just reaching extended. It's not grabbing the foot yet. Just reaching extended. Bend your knee more. Move the right knee back. Go for the foot. Breathe the loops. And now move your heart forward. Keep the center strong through those two loops. Just move your heart forward. Stretch out your top leg, top arm up, bend your front knee, touch down, stand up. You ready for the other side? Hey, if you're near the kitchen and there's a big countertop nearby, it's great to lay your torso across it to work this. Yeah. Or any really stable object. A chair is great too. So if balance is getting you, know that we're working on these energetic loops. I don't want you to have to fight with balance. You ready for your second side? All right, here we go. Last one. Left foot turns in, right foot turns open. Yoga block to the right hand. I know I probably look opposite of you. Stay with the right left cues. Bend your right knee, put your block on the ground. If you're near your countertop, you're laying your chest and your side body across the countertop. It's delicious to do that. It's really nice. Just make sure the countertop's clean, right? Hop your back foot in. Move your yoga block 1.5 feet off of the diagonal of your baby toe. Reach out and lift your back leg up. You got to have those loops to get that leg in the air. Exhale down, back waist to tail. From pubis to navel, draw up. Continue the up from back of the heart. From back waist to back of the heart. From in the front, in the back body to close the ribs. Top knee, bend it. Keep breathing. Top arm up, straight up to the sky, then make an arm circle and just make it a Shalambhasana arm. So it's just reaching back, long arm just beside your trunk. Move your top knee back just a little bit more. Bend your top knee a little bit more. Point through the top foot. See if your hand can reach your foot. Don't fight with it. If it gets there, great. If it doesn't, it's fine. Breathe the loops. Loops are more important today. Everybody, extend through your heart. Just offer your heart. Offer the sacredness in your own heart out into the world. Even in the most challenging situations. Top leg extends, top arm reaches up, bend your front knee, touch down with your back leg, right up to standing. Heel toe come together. I think we've all earned coming down to the mat. What do you think? Come on to the top of your mat. Let's go down there together. Take a big breath up. We know what raising the arms does. So with your arms raised in Tadasana, work the loops here. Back waist down to tail. You thought we were done with the loops, didn't you? Now from pubis to navel. Come on, feel it here in standing. Feel it here with arms raised. As you pierce through the belly button and initiate kidney loop with the inhale up the back, the exhale down the front, feel how it makes you bow. If you're really doing it, it will give you this slight feeling of like an inward bow of recognition. Exhale, have a seat, chair pose. Fold forward to Uttanasana. Right leg back lunge. Right leg forward, standing forward fold. Left leg back lunge. Left leg forward, standing forward fold. Both legs back, plank. Breathe. Come on, breathe the loops. Here in plank. Like plank, all the planks. We worked on all those planks a few weeks ago. They're all like major core, right? If you're doing a core class, you're going to do planks and side planks. I like to argue that core class is every class, right? If you know the loops. Knees down, all the way down onto your belly. Yeah. Rest your head on your hands. Bend both knees, windshield wiper your legs. All right. Slide your hands by your chest, push up, swing your legs around, lay down on your back. So you're getting to lay down finally. Single knee to chest, right knee in, left leg extends. I'm working on getting my mic box out of my pants. So you do single knee to chest, right knee in, left leg extends. Switch legs, left knee in, right leg extends. Right knee in, take hold of the bottom of your right foot. Use your hands on the bottom of your right foot, push down, extend your left leg out. So you're in a lunge upside down. Yeah, if you can, see if you can get a 90-degree bend at the right knee as you spread out your toes. Keep pressing your left thigh bone into the ground, pressing your left heel down. If you're breathing, which I know you are, connect the breath to the loops. There's also energetic actions that happen with those loops, so feel them happening. You'll feel engagements, not really movements, but like engagements. Muscular toning, tissue lengthening and opening. Okay, bend your right knee. Right foot on the ground, right knee bent. Let's get the left knee to chest now. Take hold of the bottom of your left foot. So now we're working on the second side of a lunge in supine, means lunge on your back. Use your hands and push down on your left foot. Your left foot pushes up. And now stretch your right leg out long. Breathe. All right, guys. Right heel presses down. Right thigh bone presses back. Right inner thigh more to the mat. Yeah, so that'll keep the right toes, right knee vertical as best they can. Now check it out. How's the knee bend on the left leg? Is it at 90, looking pretty good? Close? All right. Work the loops. You really get these loops going and they're really easy to just get that figure eight flowing. It feels like riding a roller coaster, you know, just following those loops with the breath. All right, bend your right knee, right foot on the ground. Put your left foot on the ground. Bring both knees together, drop both knees to the right. Turn your head to look left. Squeeze your legs together, return to center, drop both knees left, turn your head to look right. In-breath, everything to center. Knee hug to chest. Feet on the floor, soles of the feet meet, knees open wide. So you're in bound angle pose on your back, Supta Padangusthasana. Arms just down by your side. Use your feet and push. Each foot, right foot pushes into left and left foot pushes into right. They meet each other equally. Extend from your inner groins to your knees. Work the loops. It's your last round, last shape before Shavasana. Feel the effect of those two loops at center here on this pose. Next breath, close your knees draw together. You can hug in one last time if you need to, or just go straight to stretching your legs out long. Arms down by your side, palms open. Close your eyes. Rest in this recognition of the power that is at your center. It's available to you. And the opening that's at your center that's available to you. This is your sacred space within you where the will, your personal will, and the will that animates you moves from and moves through your heart. Rest in this knowing.